Anyway, fighting poverty. As Democrats, we believe in America where like people will look out for one another and leave no one behind. Well, yeah, I'm believing that too. But like, I'm an anarchist, and I believe that. And even though the Democrats say that they believe that, they're also for like strong borders and fight against illegal immigration as well too, and strong police in our communities. And so I kind of like think they're also talking both sides out of their mouth, or don't realize they do that as well too. They're all for communities, something like that, except for the exceptions that they made. Continue. But we know we still have a long way to go to make America's promise real for everyone. Yeah, and that's because capitalism will prevent that. Capitalism is not going to like everyone thrive because like capitalism requires there to be poverty. So if you're serious about fighting poverty, the Democrats, you have to end capitalism. But they don't want to because they're a capitalist party too, and the Democrats are a bourgeoisie party, a party for the bourgeoisie, and so they want to like and they want to continue capitalism on too. They just want a more fair capitalism as well too. Continue on. Some 40 million Americans still live in poverty. Also, there's a problem of like what is the poverty line? I think it's like on 19,000 or something like that. But it's like, as a Democrat, we believe in America where people look out for each other, no reason left behind. And you're gonna like say something in response to that. You say this again to the trans community. I agree, Lucidia. No, the Democrats have like left us behind, left the trans community behind. They like compromise on their positions and like to make a deal with the Thugland Party to like cede ground to the Thugland Party in saying that like we'll like not do anything about like a national ban against like trans athletes in like high school sports. So if trans athletes want to like compete in sports, they have to compete in the sports agenda that were signed at birth. And that's just going to cause a whole host of problems when they do so as well too. But I was like, how do you define poverty is my issue? Because like if you make just above like the poverty line, whatever it is, like $19,500. Hold on, let me click and get the calculator out on like thing. I won't do it on like stream as well too. But say $7.25 an hour, times that by 40 for like 1 hour, it's $2.50 a week, and times that by 250 weeks. Okay, so if you do make the minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, you are effectively in poverty. So 18,500 divided by 52 weeks, divided by 75, divided by that 40. So you have to like make at least like. So if you even if you're making $9.35 an hour, that's gross pay, not net as well too. You are at the poverty line. But if you make $9.50 an hour, you're above that poverty line. So I still will quibble on like how you define poverty as well too. I mean, in the world, if you earn $2 a day, $2 a day in the world, or more than $2 a day, it's like $2.10. You are not in poverty. According to the world, according to like the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, according to the World Bank, according to some metric as well too, you are technically not in poverty, even with having no housing, no healthcare, no community, no support network, nothing, and no even like a property or like even personal property, having owned nothing, but earn $2.10 a day. You consider it not in poverty. So I kind of quibble with like how you define poverty as well too. Doing. The pandemic made things worse, and again, we're still in the pandemic, hitting the poor hardest and pushing millions and more families to the brink. I agree. It's always calamities and like pandemics and national disasters always like affect the poor worse as well like that because the rich can able to afford to like escape those sort of things too. Excuse me. Continue on. The Americans' rescue plan drove poverty to record lows in 2021. I still want to know how you define poverty, but like, let's continue. Expanded the child tax credit and made it available for all low-income children for the first time, helping to like slash child poverty nearly half. I will say that yes, I will agree that this did happen, and this was a good thing. This is like it's something that like should be. It just is permanent. The child tax credit should just be permanent. Period. As well too. Oh, you have a child? Here's the tax benefit, or here's just money as well too. Oh, you have a child? Here you go. Oh, as well too. And that should just be a permanent thing. I don't know if it will in that though. And I think they ended the child tax credit, if I remember correctly, or didn't expand it because the pandemic's over. No, the pandemic's not fucking over. We're still living in it right now, but you just don't want to like pay for it anymore. Okay. But anyway, continue on. It tripled the maximum earned income tax credit for millions of low-income workers, and so their taxes wouldn't push them deeper into poverty. It kept 8 million families in their homes and child care centers open, small businesses on their feet. It increased the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program and SNAP benefits, helping tens of millions of Americans keep food on the table. Not a single Republican voted for that bill. I gotta like confirm with like Joanna Roberts, Phoenix, maybe even NaztheNeko and Lynnaquin, and Joel Fire Deer, when they can. How much money do they get from Snap? Because I don't think it's enough for them to be able to like eat for an entire month. And that's supposed to be like the money you get for food to keep food on your table for an entire month. I think it's like 156 for Phoenix. And it's like, okay, I guess technically you can live off of $156 a month off Snap. And it's different in each state as well too, so there's that. But with inflation hitting the poorest like hardest as well too, because they're the most reliant on these prices and this system as well too. Granted, yes, the Republican Party won't vote for such bills. They won't vote for helping the poor at all, too. But the Democrats are not doing enough to help the poor. Is my problem. I think the SNAP program should be A, universal, A, B, for everyone, and B, I don't know how much money I spend on groceries as well too. Make it like $300, make it $600, something like that, or $300 per person. So that a family of four, or like two parents and two children, or something like that, will get like $1,800. No, $2,400. Make it robust. Make it so that like everyone can like easily get like enough money for food and everything else. I've been told that like a hot water is or hot like drinks is like good for a sore throat. Hope that is the case. Continue on. And the administration has done more. It reverses a tax error like a policy that would have like risked putting like 500,000 children in poverty. It monetized SNAP benefits for the first time since 1975. That was a big problem with SNAP. It has not changed since like the 70s or the 60s when it's implemented. Continue on. Permanently increasing them by lifting 2 million people and including like over 1 million children out of poverty as well too. President Biden signed into law a permanent special summer nutrition program that helped like 21 million kids, and he successfully blocked congressional Republican proposals that would have like increased poverty by slashing healthcare costs, housing, and food assistance, and more. I guess it's like a good thing that Biden is there to like stop that from happening as well too, but like I wish that like the Democrats would do more for those benefits. It reminds me a lot of the incredibly stupid Republican conservative argument against like stuff like universal health care. Basically, in their minds, is like I think it would, like if I remember some of those arguments as well too. Well, sorry, either you have that iPhone or you have healthcare. Assuming that like there's a personal failing on that person that like I kind of like knows like a breaking news, but it's like I don't even know what they're talking about in that breaking news. I'm only seeing 2 words, and it's like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a sports team or something like that. Anyway, but it's just like no, you're personally blaming the individual for being too poor to have healthcare or something like that, and saying that is because they spend money on an iPhone, which is why they can't eat. Hey, phones are ubiquitous right now. We need to like phones in order to communicate with others. And smartphones almost are kind of ubiquitous as well too, because like we need access to like the internet and that sort of thing too, and the other apps that we have on the phones. And so that's important for like maintain connections with others, as well as being able to use the internet to like access the government benefits system on the websites as well too. So saying like them yelling at that hospitals etc. are only after like making you a permanent patient in the system, and or my response is just like, yeah, it's terrible. Healthcare should not be commodified and should not be, you should not be able to profit off of like giving healthcare at all. You should not make profits off the healthcare, period. Are you alive? Do you live at all? Yes. Congratulations. You have a permanent patient of your healthcare system. I agree, Lucidia. Yeah. Healthcare should not be a business at all. Housing should not be a business. Food should not be a business. We just like they do those things for the good of everyone, for the good of the community, for the good for everyone to have and have a home, have like a food. Yes, exactly. And Lucia. Continue on. Now it's the time to finish the job. The Democrats know that most people fundamentally want the same things, not the handout, but a fair shot. Some people don't want handouts. But I'm also fine with giving people handouts. I hate this kind of like language that's like, oh, we're not about like giving handouts. No, give out handouts. I don't care. I seriously don't care. That's the biggest problem that Kirok has with me, is that like Kirok thinks that like I'm pro child abuse because I want someone like Ben, the deadbeat dad that's abandoned his children, to be able to just receive money for just living, and could theoretically just like just take that money and just like sit on an ass to play Fortnite all day, or watch anime all day, do those sorts of things, or read books all day, or watch YouTube videos all day. Even that means that like he's not abandoning his children, because like if he doesn't want to be a parent, well, it's unfortunate that he like fathered 2 children, but if he doesn't want to be a parent at all, he would be a terrible parent anyway if he's forced to have to be a parent when he doesn't want to be. Hey, and if like he's received money every month, because everyone receives money every month as a handout as well too, then he can afford the child support. That like, I guess I wouldn't have a problem with like having some kind of system like that, so the children are helped as well too. But there should be like benefits systems to help children anyway. Like I said, it like make the SNAP be like $600 a month per person, so that family of 4 gets $2,400 a month from SNAP. I mean, you could argue that like business in general is just should not exist. They feel like very capitalist concept to me. I agree, Lucidia. Unfortunately, Kirok is for a capitalist system because he wants there to be small businesses to exist. I think because he personally wants to like be to own a small business himself, so that he can run that, because he thinks what's wrong with that. As well, a small business can easily grow into be big business, and then we have all the problems with the corporations just like running things as it is too, and like they have to be bailed out when because they're too big to fail. Yeah, the chai tea is good. So it's like I hate the wording of this, and I hate to have the people. But unfortunately, a lot of liberals also say that like don't want handouts about a fair shot as well too. And I say no. In order to make sure that everyone's taken care of, so that everyone has like a fair shot, you have to give out handouts to some people. It'll treat it as a fair shot, but it can act as a handout, where basically people can get handouts and be able to live off of the government as well too, and abuse the system. Okay, but then everyone will take that as the opportunity to do a fair shot. So even if they don't use the money that they get from the universal basic income, which again it has to be universal, so give it to everyone, including the Dems and Trumps in the world, and the Bill Cosby's. And even like it's a terrible awful person of Harvey Weinstein as well too, and Jeffrey Epstein, because how else is it universal or unconditional? But then it's like those people, they'll do with the money what they want to it. But many other people that receive the money from UBI, even if it's a handout or a fair shot as well too, to me it's like a handout and a fair shot is kind of like one and the same. So I hate the delineation of that as well too. But even if like it is like given to everyone, the people that will get the $2,000 a month as well as that, even they will spend it a lot on Fortnite skins as well too. Like I probably would, or like some of my friends would as well too, or other people it would. Then like there you go, that fuels the economy, doesn't it? But no. And in fact, also I saw this on Facebook too, and shared it on Facebook. I probably should try to share it in other places. That like some think Norway. I could be saying correct on it, but Norway concluded a 2-year program, the testing of like a UBI, Universal Basic Income, and they determined that like it did not do anything to dissuade people from like not working. It didn't desensitize people from working. People were still like incentivized to work. People still wanted to like work, and people still didn't work. It just like a lot of added benefits to everyone else. It seemed, and other times when the like experiment of UBI was tested as well too, it's only like 1% of the workforce that decided to like not join the workforce, to leave the workforce. But sometimes it's so that like they're a single mother, they get to raise the kids. There you go. Or like a family, get to focus on their kids and their family as well too. That's important for the next generation. Or they go back to school to become a full-time student. That's important too. That will benefit the society as well too from that. And UBI encourages more of that as well too. So I hate the use of the language, not a hand up, failed shot. And it's like, to me, they're one and the same. It's a hand out that decided to like sit there and has to do nothing all day, but they want to sit and have to do nothing all day because they don't want to work. So some people don't want to work. And it'd be a fair shot to others because they'll take the opportunity to like not have to worry about like eating and stuff like that. And then like for me, I could like stream all day. I can like stream so much more if I have a UBI. If all my expenses are paid for, Johanna, Phoenix, Joey, NaztheNeko, Lynnaquin, and others are taken care of. So then I can just like stream playing Fortnite or Skyrim or whatever I want. Like fuck. If you want to like look at one potential, I guess, example of extreme ends of capitalism, then look at the backstory for the game of Horizon Zero Dawn, where big businesses go so insanely big that they were well beyond governments to the point that where they were just like buying entire like countries wholesale, and if like two such countries were like they were war with each other, then businesses would like turn into big televised productions and shit as well too. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I did beat the first game. Love it. Absolutely love it. I should play it more because there was like parts of it that I didn't. I didn't like 100% Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh my god, that was such a good game. I had so much fun with that game. There was the challenge of like beating those like big things, like a kind of like a Monster Hunter kind of things. Oh, these big like monsters as well in travesties. But I had so much fun like exploring these games. And so many also like kind of like secret things to find as well too, but you find so many things on the map too. So I did in fact enjoy the story of like Horizon Zero Dawn a lot too, and the backstory was quite interesting too. I love Ayla as the main character too. That's why I got her skin in Fortnite as well too. I love that. I was in the middle of my playthrough of Horizon when I was in like last played at 100% run, of course. Yeah. I haven't played Forbidden West too, but I want to as well too. And I've heard that like people who've been like playing Forbidden West been loving it as well too. So that's good. Anyway, continue on. That's why we'll keep pushing to restore the expanded channel credit, child tax credit, and earn income credits as well too. Didn't like the Democrats like discontinue those things too? Or are there the Republicans for that those being discontinued? Anyway, continue on. Which proved so effective at reducing poverty before the Republicans let them expire. Okay, fine. You always got someone to blame, I guess. We will work to finally raise the federal minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. It should be $24 an hour now. I had a friend that seemed to like absolutely hate Forbidden West. I have no idea why, but like, yeah, continue on. I mean, I want to play it for myself. Unless like everyone in the like my friends whose like opinions on video games I trust and agree with, to say that like it sucks and they've been, I would want to wonder why and like to figure that out as well too. But I would still be willing to like at least download a demo and try it out for myself and see how I would like it as well too. And then I'll decide from there if I want to like, hey, play it or not as well too. Because I understand that some sequels being disappointing. I'm honestly not looking forward to like Beyond Good and Evil 2. Some of Devil May Cry 2 was a disappointment to like people. So I can definitely see how some people probably would hate it as well too, but I would want to with Forbidden West. I want to like experience it for myself to see if I will like agree or disagree. Hey, and that's probably that person's experience as well too, but I won't discontinue it. But anyway, continue on. We will fight for paid leave, better healthcare, and like more investment in public schools and affordable housing. Again, I quibble on the term affordable housing, but like we'll continue on. We will reduce the need for like foster care or by supporting families with like engaging kin. this is where I think there's like universal or unconditional basic income does benefit everyone, including those who like suffer through the foster care system. I was about to put suffer through foster care in quotes and stuff like that, but then my implication is like yeah, I didn't mean to like discount that. No, people do suffer from the foster care system because people don't care, or maybe the people do the foster care system because they get money from the government from doing so. And I mean, it's like I don't know how to incentivize when people are doing that or like what else they like do, but yeah, if you just give money to people to like take in foster care people or something like that, then you would kind of get people to like will like do foster care for the wrong reasons. And how to fix that system is like I'm not an expert in that sort of thing too, so I want to like know what to do as well too. Definitely for sure fix the other like social underlying problems in society that like poverty that like causes situations of like there have need to be like foster care and so on too. Unfortunately, I don't know what they do about like people that like somehow have kids or basically the condom slips, or like the diaphragm slips, the condom breaks, or thought they were on the pill, or like no, they were on the pill, but somehow it happened as well too. That does happen sometimes, and yet they still don't want it. The children as well too, which is why reproductive rights are very important as well too. Honestly, but like maybe people in poverty keeps on happening, then like the need for a foster system still needs to continue on to happen as well too, and we gotta like fix poverty in order to do that. But you cannot fight poverty if capitalism is still around, because capitalism will continue poverty from being around anyway. Continue on. We will keep working to like get more low-income families accessible to like affordable banking, as well as like to boost the supply of capital and loans by investing in more CDFIs. They mentioned that what that acronym stands like from earlier as well too. But anyway, we also pushed to like make the new markets tax credits like permanent and drawing new investments to low-income communities nationwide. And we continue to reject the Republicans' proposal to increase poverty by drastically cutting programs that like vulnerable Americans count on. Capitalism needs poverty in order to be a thing, in order to exist. Exactly, Lucidia. Like I said, when I was complaining about like my job and like how little I pay for at my job for what I do, my dad immediately pointed to a homeless person and said, "I bet he has a great life," proving that like the reason why that homeless person is there is so that I keep working at a terrible job I have. It's not that terrible a job, but like there are some terrible jobs that like people have to force to work at, like McDonald's, for example. Oh, like I said, that's the only job available to them, and yeah, poverty the capitalism needs poverty to exist in order to function. It's not a bug; it's a feature. So I hate the language of like not handouts, but like fair shots. And continue on. In the wealthiest nations on earth, we all benefit when we help one another. Democrats will keep working to build an economy that rewards work, not wealth. Where we care for the most vulnerable and unleash the like potential that all children have to grow and thrive. We remain committed to fighting poverty, enabling all Americans to live up to their God-given potential. Interesting that they mentioned God given there. Okay, I guess we're not a secular country, or the Democratic Party is not a secular party. It's the first mention of God in this one, so that's interesting. Um, they haven't talked about disabled people, so they think they still want to like. Again, this sort of like reward work. So again, there's still the incentives of like you must work in order to like get the benefits to like society and be able to thrive.